I know it's corny, but it's still, I heard an old preacher say this when I was a kid. He said, I have found that the only pill that will cure the soul of man is the gospel. I told you it was corny. But there's truth in that, Jackie Dale. That is the only pill that we can take that will cure what ails our soul. And when we run up against something that we don't know where to find the right gospel to answer that question, go find somebody that does know the right gospel. And lend yourself to them and say, hey, I need to know how to get over this situation right here. If you find somebody that knows how to get through it, Brother Keith, it makes your journey a lot easier. I'm convinced every person needs 3 people in their life. I'm absolutely convinced of this. There are 3 men in the book of Acts that illustrate what we need in our life. The first one is Apostle Paul. He was a teacher. He was a mentor. He was a leader. We all need those things in our life. We need, Brother Tyler, we need teachers and mentors and leaders in our life. Every one of us. I have them in my life. I have mentors in my life, men who have pastored a lot longer than I have and are successful at it. And when I have a problem as a pastor, Brother Jackie, a lot of times I'll go find one of those guys and I'll say, hey, I've got a problem. And say, well, here's how you solve that. You see, I've been a minister for 31 years. But that doesn't mean that I know everything there is to know about being a minister or being a pastor. We need a Paul in our life, someone to mentor us, someone to teach us. Number 2, we need a Timothy in our life. Timothy was Paul's student. We need somebody, Brother Joe Don, in our life that we can teach what we have learned. We need somebody, you know, one of the things that I'm really proud of, and it's not something that I take, I'm not proud in an arrogant way, I'm proud in an honored way. When Tammy and I got married, we were both musicians, had been since we were little kids. And when our kids started growing up, we started recognizing that they were starting to gain interest in music. And Tyler would come to me and he'd say, Dad, he said, can you show me how to do this on the guitar? I'd do a run on the guitar. He said, can you show me how to do that run? And I'd show him how to do that run. And he'd say, now Dad, can you slow that down and show me how to do that run right? And I would try to. But I'm good at teaching beginner guitar players. I'm not good at teaching past that because the runs that I do on a guitar, I have to do them like I do them, or I don't know what I'm doing. My fingers have done it for so long, I don't even know what I'm doing most of the time. As y'all can basically tell by the sound on it. But that didn't come out right. But I took a lot of pride, Brother Jackie, in being able to teach my sons something that I knew how to do. Fish. Oh, I got one up here that he loves to fish. Oh my land. Trent, you mentioned fishing, and buddy, you'll catch him at the boat. He loves to fish. I love teaching. I remember when he caught his first fish. I thought the boy was absolutely going to jerk the rod plumb in two. And I had to teach him how to finesse, and I had to teach him how to, and it worked too well, because now he outfishes me every time we go fishing. But I enjoyed that, and it made me feel like I had something to offer him. And I've given them instructions in life and things that I've been through. You see, we need that. Every one of us needs somebody, a Timothy in our life, that we can teach, that we can instruct, that we can look at Brother Adam and say, hey, I made these mistakes in my life, don't do that. I was successful here, do that. And then the third one we need is a Barnabas. Paul and Barnabas were equals. They were brothers. They were not teacher and student. They were brothers. And we need someone in our life that we are equal with. That we can go to, Brother Jackie, that's really in a lot of ways just like us. That we can share our ideas with and we can talk to. Me and Brother Jackie, when I got to work with him out there those few days before somebody burned the dozer up, I'm not mentioning any names. I'm just but me and Brother Jackie, there was a few times that we got to stand there and tailgate and pick up this call. And Jackie, I enjoyed that. Because we found out, didn't we, that me and you are not all that different. We're a lot alike. We have a lot of the same ideas. We have a lot of the same characteristics. We're both just flat out beautiful. I mean, we're just as handsome as can be. In fact, I thought that was going to start a fist fight out there a couple of days over, which one of us was better looking. But I wouldn't fight him because I know we'd both wind up in the hospital. But one thing, there ain't no quit to him. And I'd have to kill him to quit. And there ain't no way I'm going to let an old man want me. So we'd both just fight until there wasn't nothing left to fight. But no, I'm just kidding. But me and Brother Jackie, we kind of bonded out there. We found out, I found out, hey, I kind of like running out with this guy. He just about as messed up as I am. Same way with Jackie Dale. I got to ride with him in a pickup every day for a few days. And me and Brother Jackie Dale and Joe Don and some of the rest. Do you know how you find out those things about those people? I'd like to do that with Brother King and Brother Adam and Brother Ted. But the truth of it is, I haven't had the time opportunity with Brother Keith and Brother Ted and Brother Adam that I have with those guys. That's how you build a Barnabas relationship. You have to have time. Now, these three boys sitting over here, Tyler and Trent and Randy, and I call them boys at my age. They are men, but they're still really young. These boys, they're for a long time. If you saw one of them, you saw all three of them. They ran around like Tyler and Randy still run around a lot together. And Trent, he don't run around anymore because he only sees half of what he used to do. Yesterday we were standing there and I threw a gallon jug of water at him and it hit him in the chest and he got caught on the rebound. He said, "Hey, idiot, no depth perception. I'm lost one eye." I'm sorry. Boy, you should have heard it then that gallon jug went, he goes, But y'all get the gist of this message this morning, don't you? I really don't have to go any further with this, do I? We need to learn to trust one another. We need to learn to trust one another. And we need to learn to allow our brothers and sisters to minister in their lives. Sister Cheryl is doing this women's deal in Oklahoma City, isn't it? And I'm glad of that. Sister Cheryl is stepping up and trying to take an opportunity to bring the women of this church to something that will minister to them. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want this whole body to get involved in. I want this whole body to realize that here at Oasis, we want a body ministry. You have gifts and abilities in you that this body needs. Now, I rode around in the pickup with Jackie Dale for a little over a week, and I found out one of the things that is really good to know. Jackie Dale likes to sing. He does. Jackie Dale likes to sing. He turned the radio on. He knew every word and every song that came on there.
He rides around by himself all the time. He has to listen to the radio.
Now, if we can get him to sing on key, we got us a good singer here at the church.
And he sings on key.
Well, he does sing on key, but it's his own key.
He does. He sings on key. I heard him sing before.
No, I did. I heard him one day. We was going down the road and he was singing along there. And I kind of looked over at him and said, "Hey, bud, you can sing." He said, "Yeah, but I ain't doing it in front of nobody." "Well, you're doing it in front of me." He said, "Yeah, but you're nobody." I'm kidding.
We can put him behind the pulpit. Sit down there.
But yeah, we'll put him a chair up here behind the pulpit. He can sit down behind the pulpit where nobody can see him. No, I'm serious. I found out, I didn't know Jackie Dale liked music. He likes music. And we had fun. I also found out he likes trying to push the backhoes off the cliffs.
We're going to have to keep recording this.
I'll tell you all about that. I was sitting up there, I was reaching over and I was on the backhoe and he was on the dozer. And I was digging the roots and stuff out around the tree that was right on the edge of a big cliff right there. And I was sitting there digging and digging and digging, and he was up behind me working. I heard him up behind me working. I had my front bucket planted down, but I didn't turn it all the way down. I left it sitting with the face up like this. That's a mistake. So the next thing you know, I'm sitting there digging, and all of a sudden my backhoe just starts sliding towards the cliff. I thought, what in the world? And man, I'm pushing outriggers down, I'm sticking the boom in the ground, and it's still just, I thought, good Lord, this cliff is giving away with me. I'm riding to the bottom. And I turned around to push my bucket down more, and I looked, and there's this big old bulldozer there just pushing me off of the cliff. He's sitting up there just laughing his head off. I told him, I said, you know, that's a good way for a guy to get his tail whooped out here.
You'd have to get out the cliff first.
Yeah, so I found out that he's just as ornery as I am. He likes to pull his brains on wheels. I'll never forget that look on his face when I turned around to push that bucket down. For the first time I realized somebody's pushing me off this cliff. It was priceless. I wish I had a camera. I've never seen him that happy. I'm tired of this sucker preaching. We're getting rid of him. I'm surprised there ain't a backhoe and a preacher buried out there on that acreage really clearing that out there. But y'all see what I'm talking about? Take time to get to know the people you're sitting next to in church. I'm serious. Spend time with them. Joe's good nowhere, and I don't forget to know her any better than I know her. I'm going over this story. You're going to sit with somebody else next time here. You don't want to know her, right? Watch your face. I'm telling you, that will come back to bite you later.
About 10 years from now.
How about 10 years? You were listening. That surprises me. About 10 years from now, that'll come back to bite you. Y'all be driving down the road, and you'll have her all hugged up, and she'll say, "I ain't doing this." You'll just fly over the side of the pickup.
You didn't want to know me then. You don't want to know me now.
I want y'all to know this morning. I'm not preaching this message this morning to get on to anybody. I'm preaching this message this morning to exhort you to just do more of what you've been doing. Tammy and I'm going to say this, and I mean this. Tammy and I really, a lot of times, we feel separated from the body because we live so far off. We're doing our best. I don't know where this saying comes from. We're doing our dead level best. Y'all ever heard that before? I still ain't never figured out where that saying comes from. But we are doing our best to get moved up to this area where we can be more united with the congregation. And this is one thing that is very important. It is essential that we understand one of the keys to operating in the kingdom of God is unity. And you cannot have unity without trust. And you cannot have trust without getting to know people. And this morning, I want us to make an effort over the next few weeks. Call somebody in the church that you normally don't call. Talk to them for a little bit. You know, take somebody out to dinner. I'm available nearly every night.